So, hey guys, this is NateX47 here, and I'm sorry for not uploading for a while. I've been, just COVID hit, and I kind of didn't really get motivated to do much stuff, and I didn't really have any other ideas to work with right now, and I kind of just got lazy when I was trying to make the next video, and I never really did finish the video. But I'm hoping I might upload a little bit more often. Maybe this year? I'm not sure still. But I want to talk in this video about autism and how my experience was with autism. I know it's late, but I want to talk about my experiences with autism. So let's start now. So disclaimer, I'm a little bit sick right now, so my voice might not sound right. I'm doing pretty fine, but right now my voice is me. Anyways, let's get into the main video. So between the ages of 3 and 5, I barely spoke anything. I was also pretty aggressive too. And I do have memory of that. I was pretty aggressive when I kind of grew up, and I think I did go to therapy for it. Anyways, I would point to things when I couldn't communicate when I was little, to things I wanted. I was also really hyperactive for my age. I did struggle with a lot of things when I was little, and my parents did notice that, and I believe I got diagnosed with ADHD at the time. And we didn't really know that it would contribute to my autism later on, when I was diagnosed around like 12, I believe, and that's when I was diagnosed with autism. But anyways, I also had, a hard time focusing on things, obviously. And it was pretty difficult to just stay on one thing, I guess. The one thing that I could really focus on was something I was interested in, like video games, cartoons, and maybe some other things. I was just so focused on those things. I couldn't stop my focus on them. I also, I was very sensitive to everything around my surroundings, such as hearing things, seeing things, and just, it was genuinely, I think that's what contributes to me having problems sleeping at night. And I also believe that's what contributes to me having problem and a fear of balloons. And yes, I do have a fear of balloons. And I'm going to dive into the next section about the therapy. Occupational therapy and speech therapy is what I was taking during those years. And it was pretty weird. I am doing both. And it was a little strange, to be honest. I don't really remember much from those days. I know that occupational therapy was for my hands, and another funny thing is that some people kind of one time I was just kind of messing around with my fingers, how I kind of fiddle around with them. And they're like, "What are you doing?" They were just watching me move my hands in just weird ways, I guess. It's just that I just play around with it, and I guess my hand motions are just genuinely weird. And I did have a lot of speech therapy. I know I do have a little bit of memory of that. It was pretty strange, too. I actually still go to therapy for ADHD. I talk to my therapist to this day from back then all the way to now. and it does help me still. It does help with a lot of problems I currently have and what I previously had, and honestly, having a therapist, I do recommend that for anyone who's dealing with anything. I do recommend have a therapist. Go to therapy. It does really help. But anyways, I also do not look clearly at people, and I do not look clearly at anyone to this day. I also am very bad at my communication, and my communication skills do need some work. I have gotten a lot better with my communication. I'm bad at sometimes talking to people. It's a general problem I have with anyone, to be honest. I don't really know how to shift the conversation sometimes, and it's frustrating a little bit because I don't really understand properly how to have a meaningful conversation sometimes to people, and sometimes I feel like I'm overtaking the conversation. But the thing is, I don't really know how to change the conversation. I'm bad at switching to let the conversation to the other person. And that's one of the most frustrating things with me. And I'm also frustrated that sometimes people can't understand what I'm trying to say. That's another frustrating thing that I deal with. And it is annoying and very frustrating because sometimes I know what I'm trying to say and trying to speak to the other person, but I don't know how to say it, and it gets me upset and frustrated. And yeah, there's a lot of other problems I could definitely go on with, but right now I want to go on and talk about the positive things now. There's a lot of positive things with autism, thinking in different perspectives, and certain things just come easier to me, and that's what I'm kind of proud of about my autism, and that's what I'm actually happy for, because how, I guess, different it makes me, and even though it makes me really weird, I guess, to the people around me, I'm happy about that in some aspect. Because I guess in a way I'm able to go do a lot of different things that people wouldn't think of immediately, and it's just kind of fun. And there's a lot of things I kind of want to talk about, how fun, I guess, to enjoy the world in the way I see it. I very much enjoy a lot of things now. And I'm happy for being different, I guess. I don't really know how to interpret it for everyone. But being able to see everything in such a different perspective is kind of thrilling, in a way, I guess. And it's just kind of fun. But yeah, I'm going to move on to the next main point. And I'm sorry for not elaborating on autism that much. But yeah, I can't upload that many long videos. So let's move on to my character. So I created this character called Nathan Sanchez. And he is the superhero Hat Boy. And I'm still working on the character, as I'm still trying to make it clear about what his personality is, and it's this long story. He's a part of this huge story, and I don't know how or what I'm going to do with it. It's very long, and I'm still working on it, and I need to write it all down. I've been pointed out by many people that I need to start writing it down, because I am all over the place with it, and yeah, I could definitely agree with that. But anyways, Nathan is an autistic teenager, and he deals with the problems I deal with with autism, and genuinely he, I think, is a very interesting character. He is kind of like how Spider-Man is. He deals with the problems Spider-Man would have to deal with when he was in high school, as he deals with having to be a teenager while also dealing with the problems of being a superhero, while dealing with the difficulties of autism. And I think that's a super unique idea for a hero. And here's a lot more just to his character, as he's a kind-hearted, nervous person that he has to put on a mask and act like he's a confident person all the time, when in actuality he's always nervous and has all of this anxiety within him. And I've always kind of thought of his anxiety as a charm for him, as it makes him kind of funny in a way, but it also kind of portrays a little bit of sadness, and you feel for him when he messes up, and you feel bad for him when he fails. But the thing is, no matter what, he keeps on trying his best, even when the world's against him. And I'm still working on this character, and I don't want to go into too much detail, because I still want to keep it surprise for when this story is created. There's a lot more. I have some artwork still I can definitely show now, to be honest. And I might show it eventually, of the character, what his powers are, kind of. But right now, I can't really talk about what his story is about, but it goes so deep. There's a lot of things I explored in this story, as there's a lot of romance, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of other things, like crazy stuff. He goes through a lot of different things throughout the story, and I love the idea of putting a lot of these references and a lot of other important ideas out there in this story. But right now, that's all I can say. And I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. It's been hard for me to make this video since I've been busy with schoolwork all week and pretty much all month, but now I was able to make this video and I kind of wanted to. And I thank anyone and everyone for listening to this video, and I'm sorry if this video is not the best. This is totally unscripted a little bit. There is some lines on a piece of paper that I wrote. That I had help in writing from my mom. Thank you, Mom. And yeah. Anyways, I had also a little bit of help, but anyways, I have to go now. Love you guys. Bye! Thank you so much for watching.